TOA, live your best life.
It's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 101.9, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com and Big G TV.
Back on the Coach's Show this morning, and our conversation with Eagleville brought to you by Dr. Automotive, the cure for your car, professional auto repair and maintenance from ASE certified mechanics and master mechanics. Check them out at autorepairsmyrna.com. Floyd Walker is here this morning. Had a rare Friday night. What did you do on a Friday night?
I went to sleep.
Football season.
Yeah, I went to sleep. It was a long day Thursday and Thursday night, well into Friday morning, and so when school was over with, I went home, had dinner, and and laid it down. That was my Friday night.
You look a little more refreshed than everyone else this morning.
I feel a little bit more refreshed today. I appreciate it.
I had to go to Cascade and take on the champions, and it's always a very interesting place. I'll never forget. I'll have to tell this story here in a second, but we did a game at Cascade with Eagleville.
Oh, really?
Years ago. I mean, this was in Eagleville football infancy, and they had a press box
right
on the visitor side.
Okay,
but it was on stilts.
Yeah, okay, I remember that press box, right?
And I don't know, they were 8x8s, but they didn't think to do any bracing. And so you get into the press box and it would wobble side to side. And so it's me and Jeff Jordan up there. And then at halftime, Bill Tollett comes up to do a halftime interview. So during the pregame show, I'm out with my duct tape and I'm wrapping duct tape around the top of the stands and just to try to hold
this tie down.
Yeah, it was something else. But I'm sure they've done a lot since then.
They've upgraded. They've taken that press box down. They've built a new home side with a new press box for the home team and the visitors team, and they've done some nice jobs as far as upgrades go.
That's the thing that we see at all the facilities, yourself included. I mean, Eagleville does a great job of keeping an emphasis on upgrading facilities, and you have to, but it takes money and support and buying a hamburger at the concession stand.
It does, because the thing you always want is you always want your players and students at the school to be proud of where they are and what they have. And what we've done over the last couple of years, we've done everything from a new scoreboard to a new sound system. We've installed 40-second clocks. So it's been steady, slow progress, but there are some upgrades that we're proud of, and our kids enjoy.
You know, I heard the ultimate compliment about Eagleville, and I'm not surprised. That's exactly what I said to Murphy Fair. But he said preseason he came out,
right? Yeah,
and you had I think a $10 ticket got you admission and a hamburger and a drink,
right?
Something like that,
right?
And he said the place was packed, and he's seen a lot of high school football, and he was pretty impressed by that. So, I mean, fan base does come out for you.
I mean, the community, we can't say enough about their support and what they do for not only football, but for all of our athletics in the entire school. So we're extremely fortunate to be where we are and have the people that support us and our kids, and our kids really appreciate the fact that when they show up to perform that the places is always packed.
And travel pretty good too.
We do. I always tease opposing coach, if y'all trying to make money, well, we're gonna show up and help you out. So we're thankful though. We're really, really thankful and blessed to have the support that we do have.
Hopefully makes it a little easier when you're negotiating a contract here to.
Oh yeah, I mean that's one of the first things we always talk about when we try and schedule games is, hey man, you're gonna at least have a great gate.
Yeah.
And when you're at 1A or 2A football, gates are important because it's like you said, you need funds to help run your program, and gates is a big part of it.
Coach, Thursday nights, I know it's really a necessary evil now with the official shortage and things of that nature. What are your thoughts about Thursday nights? I know it puts a little pressure on coaching staff and players to get everything in and ready to go a day early.
It does. It kind of makes you change your normal weekly routine, but it's one of those deals that I think coaches make more of a big deal out of it than the players do. I think players are going to play regardless of whether it's a Thursday night or Saturday night. I didn't think it really affected us one way or the other, whether it had been Thursday or whether it had been Friday. But I mean, it's just a schedule change, and it's like I said, I think coaches make more out of it than the kids.
Yeah,
than the kids are concerned about.
I think there's a little confusion on how it even works because I mean, your schedule is whether it's Thursday or Friday. I think that's determined, or can you make a decision?
Normally, what everybody does, you go out when you redo the schedules. TSSAA sets all region schedules, and the way they're doing it right now is on 1 year it will be classes 2, 4, 6. That's the way it is this year. You'll play your last region game on Thursday night. Next year it'll flip. It'll be 1, 3, and 5.
Okay.
So they're doing that now. What they'll also do is, if they feel like they're going to have a shortage of officials for a particular non-region game, they'll send something to both schools and they'll say, hey, due to shortage of officials, you guys will have to play on Thursday night. We had that situation with community, and what we always try to do is, if there's an association that's got some officials that are available, we will request from TSSAA that we'll bring those officials in. We may have to pay them mileage and get it played on Friday night, but normally TSSAA does set those Thursday night games.
Okay. I knew that it was 2, 4, and 6, but I thought it was flip-flopped, even year, it's even regions and odd, but it's opposite of that apparently.
Right.
Yeah, and I think there are a lot of teams that have decided to play on a Thursday, say Halloween being on a Friday night.
Well, it's possible. It's possible.
Except you all. I think you all are playing.
Right now, we're scheduled to play on Friday night, and that game is, several weeks down the road, so I really hadn't even thought about that. But it'll be Fayetteville City's home game, and it'll be one of those deals that if they decide to do that, they'll have to discuss it, and we'll have to agree to it, and just something that I won't worry about today. I'll worry about that when the time comes.
Understand. Well, I think people are still coming out and going on Thursdays, and in fact, it gives us an opportunity to maybe pick up, extra games. We're doing 13 broadcasts in 10 weeks. So those Thursdays do help with that. Well, you had to go to Cascade, and Coach, your lovely wife always keeps me updated. She sent me a text and said, "Oh, I forgot it's Thursday night." I said, "No, I want to know how things are going." Got down early and boy, made a valiant comeback effort in the second.
We did. We dug ourselves a hole early. We got down 14-0. We went into halftime, and it wasn't a deal to where it was anything that they were doing to us as much as it was what we were doing to ourselves, and we just had to clean it up. I mean, we kicked off. They took the opening drive down, scored. They kicked back off to us. We ran the kickoff back for a touchdown, had a holding call on it. We drove the ball down, got inside the 10, had a penalty down in distance. We didn't get in our favor, so we walked away with that first drive without any points. But it was kind of that type of thing happened in the first half. And went into halftime, it really wasn't a whole lot of panic. It was just a matter of fact that what we have to do is we had to play clean. We had to eliminate penalties, and we had to keep our emotions in check. And we were able to do those things. Coming out of the second half, we went straight down the field, drove the ball, put points on the board. And for the rest of the second half, I mean, the momentum started to shift a little bit. We just came up a little bit short.
It's sometimes you don't know if it's, when you get behind like that, what's going to happen in the second half. But you felt pretty confident that your guys were going to bow up and give a good effort there.
Well, I knew our guys were going to give effort. That's one thing I love about this group of kids. You can't ever question their effort. They're a fun group of kids to be around. They enjoy playing for one another. They love competing. And they did a good job of just understanding we don't need to panic. We talk about there's no 14-point play. So all we have to do is take it one play at a time and just do our job. And I know that's an old cliche, but do our job, keep our emotions in check, and you'll put points on the board. And once we got that first drive going and came up with 6 points, I mean, you could just feel how the momentum started to shift, and our kids just kept their foot on the gas the second half.
So I guess it was 21-6. So after you scored, they scored again, and then started the fourth quarter at 21-14. Then they scored their last points, a field goal there, and to kind of walk us through what happened in your series after that.
Well, we ended up going back down, and we having the ball, we're driving, going in to take the lead. Because when it was 21-24, we got the ball. I think we got the ball somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 2.5, 3 minutes to go on the clock, and we're taking it down. We're moving the ball. We're getting first down. We still got timeouts in our pocket. We got time on our side. It gets to a point we throw a pass. We complete a pass, and their self-inflicted wound showed up. We get a penalty for a block in the back after a pass has been completed. Backs us up. We get against the change, and now it goes from 1st and 10 somewhere on their 20 going in to now it's 1st and 20 or 2nd 20. I don't remember what it was. Backed up at the 40. So now you got the clock running. You got one timeout, and it's just one of those situations to where you dug yourself a hole, and we just couldn't overcome it.
Jonathan Jordan and Thomas Solomon combined had 270 yards.
They ran the ball well, but
sure did.
They'll get all the stat credit and all those things. But those five linemen and the 2 tight ends that we ended up going with. I mean, if you watch that film, they dominated the line of scrimmage, and I was so thankful that people like Mason Sear and Crimson Armstrong and Dylan Harrington and Aaron Ferns and Barrett Hudson, who's a true freshman for us, and David Harrison, and left Ben Bart, who was a tight end. Those guys really, really had a big, huge smile on their face and just enjoyed running the football, because the second half we didn't throw the football until late in the third quarter, and there was no need to, because we were getting somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 to 10 or more yards per carry. So we just rode on those offensive linemen and tight ends all night, and we almost pulled it out.
That's why you see NFL quarterbacks buying steak dinners.
Oh, no doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. When linemen are like, "Hey, coach, keep it going," and they're having that much fun, why change? So, and it's fun to watch old linemen feel that way about themselves and the way that they're playing.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I know you came up on the short end in that one, but I know you walk away with some things to work on. But I mean, the real schedule, I guess, is ahead, because we're going to stay in the region here for a bit.
We start region play next Friday against Cornersville, and it'll be homecoming for us. But again, I think our kids will rise to the challenge. I've never walked into a ball game this year thinking that we wouldn't compete. We just know that we have to go clean up some things and have to quit shooting ourselves in the foot and getting behind the chains offensively. I thought defensively we've done what we needed to do as far as stopping the run, not giving up big plays, and making people drive the football on us, and we'll continue to keep trying to do those things.
So powder puff, parades, all this.
It's unfortunate, but powder puff didn't make it this year. We didn't have enough interest in participating, which is, our community is accustomed to powder puff, so it's kind of a sad deal. So if people are listening and they want to get their friends and get enough people to go out and play, they need to go see Mr. Brown on Monday and see if we can get something put together.
Well, why not? You never know. But homecoming week is fun, and the kids get to enjoy that. And as coaches, you probably don't like it, but I mean, it is part of the experience.
I mean, at Eagleville, it needs to be an enjoyable deal for the football players, and they get to participate in things. They normally coach powder puff. They'll get to help build some of the floats, and what I tell them, you go participate in all the homecoming activities you like to, But around Thursday, we'll start making sure that we're locked in, and then our job is always to win the homecoming game.
And, practice doesn't change. Nothing really changes.
No, that's not going to change. And only time it's going to change on Tuesday because the kids don't have to come to school Tuesday, and we'll move practice from 4 o'clock to 3 o'clock. But that's about the only change as far as practice.
That's it. Well, Coach, I hope the community comes out. Got to sell more hamburgers and all that and stuff to keep things rolling out there. But I know it'll be a fun time. Cornersville coming in. Do you know anything about them much?
I mean, they're going to be a wing T or gun wing T offense. They're going to be big. They're going to be physical. They've got a good quarterback, a good running back, and they're going to be well coached. So it's the type of game the kids ought to enjoy playing in when their opponents is a good opponent, and it's going to be a physical ball game, and you should enjoy that if you enjoy football.
Well, I hope folks will get out. That's next Friday night. Coach, we'll talk to you on Saturday about it.
I appreciate that, brother. Thank you, man.
Thank you. That is Coach Floyd Walker here on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Middle Tennessee Electric, serving our community by providing affordable, reliable, and safe electricity online at mte.com.